Hello everyone, Dan the 14th Prime here. Today I want to check out with you guys number 7 of 7, the highly elusive Spider-Man Homecoming tech suit Marvel Legends figure. I don't know why this guy's been hard to find. I think he's packed 2 to a case. Been able to buy all the other figures off of Amazon, and this guy's always not in stock. So I had to go overseas to get him because he's the last guy I need, so I want to wrap it up. So you're taking a look at the figure. You've got, looks like an extra head sculpt, kind of wide-eyed Spidey, squinty-eyed Spidey. And it looks like we'll be getting web shooting hands and fist hands. And you've got the tech suit Spidey there with the wings and the Build-A-Figure piece. So out of the box here, we've got web swinging Spidey. Ditto on the other side, which has always been the case. Got the fat spider up top. And then back of the box, excuse the Asian sticker there over his crotch. I guess that's what you get sometimes when you import a figure, but product shot. All 7 figures in the wave, which we can now check off. Check, check, check. And you've got his blurb up there in the corner of the box. All right, so this is cool. We get to check out Spidey. Now I'll do another video, and we're going to check out the Build-A-Figure wing Vulture set. Let's pop this guy out of the box and check him out. Okay, so here's our boy Tom Holland out of the box. Pretty lame pose, okay, but I'm trying to just really show the web wing effect, which he has under his arms, which is a key feature of the figure. All right, so let's just museum pose him up so you can take a look at the suit and everything from a wide angle. It definitely has the signature tech suit. It's got, these black markings are kind of the call signs for me, the Spidey insignia and how that looks. But there is a lot of other fine lining detail in there that I wasn't expecting. Again, I'll just spin them around for you. This is basically the Civil War mold. I'll get some other Spideys in here so you can see. All the web lining in the suit is molded in there, and it's really colored in like a blue this time around, which is pretty interesting. And again, there are some fine lines in the blue of this suit, which we'll have to see really close up. Let's just dive in here close up and take a look at some of the detail of the guy. There you can see this wide-eyed Spidey suit. You can see all those lines etched in, and hopefully you can see it's kind of got a blue effect in there through the lining. And he comes with a squinty-eyed alternate head sculpt. We'll take a look at some of that in a moment here, and we'll get some of the Spidey comparisons out there. But that is definitely different, unique from the Civil War figure in terms of the coloring of some of that lining. And if we go down the suit here, I'll let you just check it out. I mean, you're basically, what catches my eyes, just all these signature elements of the Homecoming suit, which is really these like black accents that you see on the shoulder, down the torso, the Spidey logo on the wrists there. Things like that are kind of what's catching my eye. Right there on the legs, you can start to see some of that fine lining, as I was calling it. Really kind of intricate paint detail in there, blue on blue. So you don't see it easily, but that is a fine detail on the figure. And then we get down here into the boots. Again, some more of those black accents. Let's check them out here from that profile. Again, it's just another angle to see those linings. It's really nice. It's all molded in there. In that blue kind of coloring, and a lot of that is a bit of a surprise. Blue or gray, something like that, but definitely not black, not pure black. You can see the side view of some of those kind of black accents that they put on the figure. And just let me jump down here. I just want to get you a nice shot of those boots. Definitely some uniqueness to the costume there with the black stripe down the side. And again, up with that blue, you can see some of that more lining through there. Back of the suit here, we get fat Spidey logo, which we've been seeing on the box. Not skinny Spidey logo. More that fine blue on blue paneling or lining detail. We'll call it panel lining, but it's not. It's just kind of lining detail. Back of the boots look cool. And we'll just cruise down the side with the arm up, and that kind of blue on blue lining. It goes through the torso as well. So it's, it's some elements of the tech suit. Don't know what all that's supposed to be, but it's the technology in the suit. All right, let's start here with comparison, because I think this is the comparison. You've got the Civil War Spidey on the right, which is from that 3-pack, and Homecoming on the left. Best I can tell, they are exactly the same mold and figure, just different paints, basically. Homecoming is overall just lighter. Lighter red, much lighter blue. And you can see that the Civil War suit had some of those black accents. They're just different on Homecoming, particularly in the shoulder area as the main difference. because you do see similar lining across the wrist, down the torso, though it's slightly different, I'd say, how it finishes in the waist. But then main thing is kind of, you got a deltoid accent here, and this kind of goes down the deltoid and down the bicep. So some different accents. And then, of course, the Spidey logos are much different. You could see that on the front if you didn't notice. Fat Spidey on Homecoming, a smaller one on Civil War, and then here on the back again, different back Spidey logos. Some similar accenting with the black lines. A larger difference there, as you can see on the boot, the stripe going all the way down, whereas Civil War, you've got the black heel. Take a peek at those chest logos again if you didn't notice the first time. So here he is next to some other Spidey figures just for comparison. Again, these three here, all Tom Holland, and they all look the part in terms of the build, the stature, shorter, skinnier. On the right-hand side, you've got a couple other figures. I will say there's something about the dark colors of the Civil War costume. They give it a slimming effect. So he actually looks a little thinner and more teenage-like body build in the Civil War suit, I think, than the Homecoming. And I think it's just the color and the paint. The dark blue gives a thinning effect, whereas the lighter blue here, you kind of see that thickness a bit more. Okay, guys, so one of the main gimmicks with the tech suit is these wings. You see just kind of tiny pieces of kind of semi-clear, sort of clear plastic. They've got a web texture in them, so they're not entirely translucent, but definitely sort of clear-ish plastic, let's call it. And they've just got a little tab on top, and they plug into the bottom of the arm. I don't love it. It's really just this tiny peg here inside the bicep. It just plugs in. I don't think it holds particularly well. I don't think it provides as much kind of flair and pop as we'd like it to. So, and there it pops out. So really just not very secure in terms of how it goes in. And then even when it's in, you're kind of just at the mercy of basically having his arms like this. And it pops out again, because that's really the only thing they can do and stay in place. So I will say the execution, it's a bit disappointing. I prefer if they were more permanently fixed. I mean, I don't mind it's part of the figure. So I wouldn't mind if for this figure they said, hey, we're going to put wings on it and it's just going to be there. Because this plug and play thing, it comes out so easily. It's really limited in terms of what you can do for a pose. And if you try to pose too much, it's just going to fall out. So I would prefer if they have done something more fixed there, given a little bit more pliability, made the wing maybe even bigger a little bit. Because this is okay, but I really think those things are just going to get lost. And I give you a back shot there too. I mean, it looks pretty good. Some people are complaining they should be bigger. I think the size is right. It's just the way they come in. You get gaps in the poses. And again, the tabbing effect is so small, just they fall out with just the slightest touch. So the other big thing with Spidey in this movie is like the animated eyes. He can kind of blink or squint. So he's got wide eyes in this head sculpt and squinty eyes here. So I think that's cool. They gave that alternate head sculpt. Again, definitely a main gimmick. A lot of the kids' toys are showing that feature off as well. So head sculpt pops right off there. Plop this guy back on. Let you take a look at that one and how it looks. Probably for all intents and purposes, the same head sculpt, just more black paint around the eyes to kind of fill in the white. Probably not too much trouble on their part to make that head sculpt happen. Just a little bit different paint accent. But happy to get it, and I don't know any other way you'd capture the effect for a Marvel Legends figure, so I think it's fine. And then similar with Homemade Suit, you get a pair of fists and a pair of the web-slinging hands. We've got an extra of each of those to make that happen. You can see all the nice lining detailed in there as well. And then, of course, guys, the elusive Build-A-Figure piece. This thing is boss. Next video, guys. All right, let me give you articulation quickly because I want to get into posing this guy. So if you're not familiar with the Civil War figure, head up, head down is good. He's got some good Spidey range there. He's got this unique, the arm will go around. We'll kind of get into this. He's got this more unique kind of shoulder mechanism there. So that technology doesn't come out in every Spidey figure. So that's kind of the cool thing. He's got bicep swivel. He's got an elbow. Can I get that up more? His biceps are so big, they don't want to come up any further than that. Then you've got the hand on a peg. If you're on the web shooter hand, you've also got the hinge. Got some ab crunch, 2 good clicks, really looks down great. Checking out the toes. Can fly high when you put it back. Leg articulation, splits aren't great straight out. Jumping effect is better. Thigh swivel up high, double jointed knee is excellent. And of course the kind of rolling, rocking ankle that you typically get on Marvel Legends, so all good. You know, I think he gets a decent squat. Whoops. Not that good, I guess. I think how deep your squat gets is kind of the Spidey articulation test. You have to kind of be a bit creative here. Between the thigh swivel and putting them like the thighs out like that, you can sort of get okay. I never think Marvel Legends is great. This is kind of the improvement opportunity area. Is, you know, he should be able to basically get his butt down by his ankles to really get in a Spidey squat. Can't do that. So I think that flip back off the building pose looks something like this. Or this. And maybe this if he was coming at you. That's how he looks when Vulture's kicking his butt. And yeah, every time I'm trying to squat those legs, they just pop off. It's about the best I can do right there. So there you have it, guys. Homecoming Spider-Man. I like the figure. I like the mold. It's Civil War mold. I like the paint style for Homecoming. The 2 head sculpts are cool. The extra hands are cool. The wings, neat idea. Could be done better. But a lot of good detailing through the figure. All the way down to the blue on blue lines on the suit. So pretty cool. Happy with it overall. Still don't know why. Being packed 2 to a case, it's hard to find, but it is. All right, so stay tuned. We're going to check out Vulture Build-A-Figure wings next. So I'll see you next time.